Why didn't your modeling career take off?
I don't know. I just, you know what? I don't think I was into it. It wasn't fulfilling.
Fulfilling?
I don't know.
It is. It's better than 19,000 as a construction
It's
worker.
fulfilling digging a hole?
Well, no.
None of us work for NASA.
Well, the thing is that if you're not working and you're just walking around the streets of New York or Paris all day, and you're not getting jobs, how are you living?
Hey, bro, here it is.
Come on.
The truth of the matter is, male models get treated like crap, and they don't get any money.
And frankly, I mean, everybody needs modeling and for ads and stuff, so it'll never die. But I mean, how do you go up to somebody and go, "Yeah, I'm a model"? You know, I'm a model. Somebody takes my picture, you know, and I make millions.
What's wrong with that?
Tyson Beckford doesn't seem to have a problem with it.
That's why I left modeling.
I don't know.
I was embarrassed to make millions for my face.
If you're acting, though, the thing is, if you're acting, you're screwing people's emotions. You're making them happy. You're making them sad. You're actually doing something you're like a puppet master.
See, I see it differently. Modeling is some dude out there worked really hard developing a product. He put millions of dollars and his whole life into it. And then finally comes to someone and says, hey, you're a really good-looking dude. Could you wear my clothes so maybe my business will get off the ground?
It's a billboard. It's a walking.
I see as being integral to the whole.
Absolutely.
I see that.
It's not a totally ridiculous thing. Although, I mean, I know what you mean. It
is a stupid job.
It's a stupid job, but
it's a good job.
Dude, you're telling me you can't get hot poontang on your own?
I never said that.
Yeah. So I mean,
who said that?
Nobody said that.
Do you honestly think the chicks they stuck on that Millionaire show are hot?
They were good looking. I mean, they were cute girls. Yeah.
The foot fetish chick with the unibrow. What the?
Unibrow.
I don't know what she's doing.
She had a unibrow.
She's painting something weird on her. I mean, you think you can't get hotter chicks than that the way you look?
Well, you look at the show, but you've been looking at really like Jenna Jameson, and you've been looking at.
Okay. So are you.
Huh?
Yeah, you can see those pictures too.
You go into a bar.
You're seeing them live. They're always coming through here, buck naked, and you got your thong show up there all the time, and
You go on. You go to a bar the way you look. You're telling me you can't get some hot 22-year-olds?
I've had some really hot girls.
Of course. You think Zora's hot? She's fat.
Zora is a little bit chunky, yeah.
Come
She's
on.
got a big bottom.
You're telling me you're carrying on that show like, I'm the luckiest dude in the world.
Okay, well, how's this? It is a show. I've got to take the ones they've given me.
Oh, so you haven't fallen in love by any stretch of the imagination?
Hell no.
Why would you?
I think you're more in love with that.
Would anybody? Let me ask you.
I think you're more in love with the butler.
Well, let me ask you.
I heard they're fighting all the time.
No, I'm in love with the maid at the chateau.
Hey, by the way, I heard that you, the chick who hosts the show, they call her the host. Alex.
Yeah.
The really hot chick. I heard she totally came on to you.
She, I don't know if she did. I kind of looked at it like that.
What did she say to you?
Other production people. She didn't come on to me like she was, humping my leg or anything, but she.
Oh, damn it.
Robin will be doing that later.
She was a really sweet girl. She was. And she was a really cool cat. But we were in Paris, and we went by a lingerie store, and I was talking about, I really like, fishnets on a girl, and I mean, what guy doesn't? And
I don't.
The next day she showed up in fishnets?
I hate fishnets.
You don't like fishnets?
No. You know what? Bad enough it smells like fish. I don't have to put it in a net.
Oh, my God.
Am I right?
You see, Howard, I like fishnets. Us good-looking guys like fishnets.
All right,
I
but
get
go
what
ahead.
Evan's
Yeah.
saying.
No, I don't know. It looks scummy to me. It looks cheap.
So she comes
That's
back,
what you
she's
want.
got like 3 different color pairs of fishnets, and she's going, look at these, and I'm going to have them on during the show.
She's trying them on for you?
No, she's not trying them on, but I'm sitting there going,
She's definitely coming on to you.
The producers kind of noticed it, and I didn't say anything about it till they brought it up to me. So.
What a great twist that would be. At the end, you bang the host.
How about
Yeah,
that?
well, she didn't have
that would
very
be
much to do on the show. Maybe she was trying to get some more airtime.
Yeah, probably. They cut her out of a lot of stuff, too, if you didn't notice.
But
well, all the stuff you see Paul doing, I think she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But aren't I right in saying that you've gotten a much higher caliber of chicks than the ones that, first of all...
Where did he get him? Where do you live doing this construction job?
Oh, in Virginia or in Orange County? I mean, because I've worked construction all over.
Really? I don't know.
I mean, Orange County's got... Those girls are hot.
Yeah, Orange County has beautiful girls.
Yeah. So...
Virginia Beach isn't bad. Virginia's got really good-looking girls.
Yeah. So you're telling me you're attracted to some of these broads? Were you attracted to that ugly, frizzy-haired chick?
You know what, Howard? They were all kind of cute in their own way.
Really?
Yeah, but the answer to that one is no. He really had nothing going on with her. There was no chemistry whatsoever.
Do you fall in love with somebody after 5 weeks?
No.
Thank you.
If she looks like Howard's girlfriend, you fall in love after one day.
Yeah, maybe I would. I fell in love pretty quick.
If they look like that, you fall in love off a picture.
Right, you fall in love in a half hour.
Yeah. I did fall in love quick.
I agree. Well, no, you know what it is? Beth is represented by Click. That's what it was.
That's right. Yeah. One of those agencies.
Yeah, they were all happy about that.
Yeah. Look at you.
So
dude.
you didn't fall in love is what you're saying. You were just going through the motions.
You know what? I picked the girl that I had the best chemistry with out of the 20.
And did you get sex?
Yeah. What about the oral?
What about the oral?
Yeah. I don't think the show made it look like you got oral, but I couldn't tell.
Well, a couple of times they implied something was going on. There was one time under a blanket and one time in the bushes.
Did you get it? Sure you did.
He got it.
Look at that face.
Come on, Marriott.
Am I turning red?
What are you being, a gentleman or something? I mean, dude.
Let's come clean.
Those chicks went on TV. They obviously want their exhibitionists. The one's in a goddamn foot fetish video. I mean, let's be honest. These are not chicks who are
And
keeping
she's
quiet.
the girl who was under the blanket and in the bushes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was right. She was right in there. What?
First of all, two of the girls you went behind closed doors with. You know, they came to your room.
Which
Sarah came to your room and then you closed the door.
Yeah.
Did you bang her?
Oh, come on. I'm gonna adjust this thing because it's getting annoying.
What? Your penis? Hey, by the way,
It is getting annoying.
tell me at least you got a small penis.
Hey, take it easy. We're on the radio. You never did that on Joe Millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. And I told him, I said off camera, I was cussing like a sailor. I was like, you know what? Don't ever put the cameras on me because I cuss like hell.
Those headphones are a pain in the ass.
Did you bang that girl like behind closed doors?
Which one?
Sarah came to your room and then the doors closed.
Because I don't know because they did a lot of, in the production, the editing, they made it look like a lot of girls were, I went in. Melissa and I they took a picture of us going into a foyer of the room, and her room was on the right, my room was on the left, but you didn't know that because we were just going into the foyer, so it looked like we were going into a bedroom, both of us.
So you didn't bang?
Oh, no.
How about Sarah?
No.
Come
Which
on.
one is Sarah?
I did.
He did.
I know.
That's the blonde, foot fetish girl.
You know what? I would. I would tell you. I would. Ask anybody that knows me. I would.
Did you get oral in the bushes?
He did.
You did.
It's
It's a big deal, but why
Get
can't you
out
say
of
that?
here.
Is that an embarrassment to admit that?
Exactly. It's
You
not
didn't get
embarrassment,
oral.
and I didn't.
All right.
What'd you
And I would
get?
tell you because I know that you guys would love to hear that I did, and I would be like, yeah.
I don't care if you did or didn't. It doesn't help my
that's-
situation.
How far
No,
did
you don't care.
get?
You're the hottest girl in America. What do
No,
you care?
I mean, I'm saying, and it doesn't help my
You know what?
situation.
This was the thing is when I went on the show, I being Mr. Good Guy, Good Bar, and Good Guy, and everything.
Which one is it? Good bar or good guy?
Good bar's entirely different.
Good bar was a
Yeah,
lot
good bar's the guy who kills women.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
What a slip
I
that
heard,
was.
I heard somebody say Mr. Good Bar. I'm not Mr. Good Bar one time, and I thought it was kind of funny, but
All right, but go ahead.
anyway.
Yeah.
So I decided I'd use it, but it didn't work.
But go ahead, make your point.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
My parents have to watch that show, and my mother's, got friends. I didn't want to. You don't want to embarrass the family like
Your
that.
mother cares if you get oral?
I don't. You know
You
what?
can
I don't
tell
think the
her
nation,
you didn't.
I don't
She'll
think the
believe
nation
you.
needs to know, and if it happened, I would tell you, but it didn't happen, so I'm just telling you the truth.
Weren't you a little disappointed?
Yes.
By
About not getting oral yet.
No, were you a little disappointed by the caliber of women they chose?
Who do you think is going to go
Those were the
away
women
like
they chose.
that?
I mean, what was
I
it?
guess really hot chicks are
Yeah,
not going to
they're
go on a
busy,
show
the
like
hot
that.
chicks.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this guy gets tons of poontang, and you're not looking to get married. How old are you now?
28.
Yeah, you need to be married.
But what was all that, like the hype before the show actually hit the air was that you were really shy and awkward and you didn't do well with women.
No, you know what? I think that came from buddies and girls, and when you come back to my place, and I just always kind of stood off and with my,
So
my
you
beer in
didn't
my
have a
hand,
problem.
among other things, huh?
You don't have a problem picking up women.
It's never been like a major. You know what? But I was one of these kids growing up. I didn't really start getting noticed by girls or doing things with girls until I was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's so late.
I'm still waiting to get noticed.
Well, I mean,
Dude, you're a good-looking dude. There's no problem with girls for you.
Let me tell you
And
how.
can you
hot he
imagine-
is. There was one story that he even
I met
lost
a
one
girl
of
you
his.
dated in O'Brien's.
Really?
Angie Everhart.
Yeah, Angie.
Oh, sure.
Gave me her number and never called me back.
That's right.
But there was
Heard
a
that I worked
story.
for a hotel series. It was at O'Brien's in Venice.
Uh-huh.
And I don't mean to cut you off,
No.
Robin, but it was O'Brien's in Venice, and she was with a group of girls. It was like a high school reunion. I was talking to her at the bar, asking for her number. Didn't know who the hell she was.
Right.
That is a shocker. This is about 4 years ago, and a buddy of mine goes, "That's Angie Everhart." And I was like, well, I just got her number. She just ripped off this piece of paper and gave me, and called her up. I talked to her for about 15 minutes, and then she never called me back when she found out I worked at a hotel.
There you go.
Well,
If that
see,
isn't the
that's
height of
Angie
gold digging, I don't know what is.
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. 4 years ago, he's getting Angie Everhart's number
Right.
in a
Yeah,
bar.
that's my point.
I mean, that doesn't
Well, that's
happen.
what I was going to tell you. He was a doorman at a hotel, and I think he lost his job because the people would come out and pick him up on the way to wherever they were
No,
going.
you talking about the Paramount?
Yeah.
When the roses that stick out of the Paramount, wall of the Paramount, and I brought this girl. She worked for Sony. Her name was Stacy, and I'd gone out on a date with her, come back, and I wasn't even supposed to be in the hotel because I was out of uniform. Grabbed the roses out of the thing and walked her up, and a manager saw me. And
Yeah.
he got me for stealing from the hotel. I stole roses and all this stuff. And it was,
What are you going to do now with your life? Because here's the dilemma, the way I look at it. Now you got fame. I don't know what they paid you for Joe Millionaire, but I bet you
I
it
hope
wasn't
it was
a lot. Am I right? I mean,
my checking account isn't any bigger.
right? They didn't pay you at all?
There's nothing.
Nothing.
Are you kidding?
I must have fame if I could get 30,000 people in Madison Square Garden to boo me out last night.
What happened?
They put me on the cam up there, and the whole place just erupted. They were
What,
just
we had a
erupted in
basketball
boos.
game or
Yeah.
something?
And they booed you?
In fact, I sat in the seats. The guy came up and he goes, "Howard Stern was sitting in these seats. Aren't you honored?" And I'm like, "Well, actually, yeah."
They booed you?
Yeah, they booed me. I know why they did it, because Fox told everybody I was going to pick a girl this Monday,
Right.
and I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was,
Was it a Knick
let's
game?
just pick the girl up.
Also, you know what? Sports fans don't want to see a good-looking guy at the game, you know? I mean, everyone hates you for that reason alone. I mean,
Yeah, they didn't pick them for that show.
I have to sit there and watch the show and remind my girlfriend that you're stupid, because if I don't say that, I don't want her falling in love with you.
Yeah,
How
Evan, I'm
nice,
one of those
how nice.
scumbags.
Yeah,
I'm one of those
dumb as a
scumbags.
box of rocks.
I'm one of those scumbags who sits in the upper deck and like yells at celebrities. I never,
Right.
I never cheer for a good-looking guy.
Let me ask you
I'm glad I
something.
finally have a face with a voice.
Let me ask you something. Are you tired of people saying you're stupid and dumb?
Or just us.
Or just us
or
saying
just
that?
you guys. You do a good job for everybody. So
Are you a smart guy?
I don't think I'm stupid. I mean, no one wants to think they're stupid. I didn't,
Like if I go to you 12 times 13, can you do the ciphering on that?
Ciphering.
Yeah. I mean, where are you at? 12 times 13, does that throw you for a loop?
No.
Throws me for a loop.
Yeah, you can't even do
Do
that.
you know what that is?
I'm not good at math. Yeah, 25.
25. You're out of it, man. You're worse than me.
Would you say 12 times 13?
Yeah.
12 times 13 is 25.
No.
See, you're you're worse than me, man.
Oh, boy.
I'm not good at math.
That's
but
12
I'm
plus
12
Evan, it's
times
12 plus
13.
13. You're thinking.
12 plus 13 is 25.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm not even. Sorry about that.
You didn't finish that military school.
No, I didn't.
you know what?
I was
What'd you get kicked out
Let me
of?
tell you what, when it came
Dude,
to
it
math,
doesn't even matter
when it
if
came
you're
to math,
smart.
they didn't even let me in the class because they were just like, Evan can't even get 2 times or 2 plus 2, 2
You know-
times 2, anything.
You know what, Evan? If I discovered the cure for cancer, I'm not getting Angie Everhart's number.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, dude. It so hardly matters whether you're smart or not.
You know what?
It don't matter.
Frankly, I could care less.
Right, exactly. Why should you? You're
Good
good
for
looking.
you.
I can walk and chew gum at the same time, so I'm in good shape.
Even if you can, who
He
cares?
was definitely as smart as those girls. They gave them a quiz, and they didn't know how many states there were in the United States.
Yeah, that's true.
And one girl says, I'd like to go over to Africa and feed people. I'm very mercenary.
Oh, yeah, and I wanted to say, I think you mean missionary.
Yeah.
I'm like, retard.
Yeah. So what? Who cares?
Everybody's stupid, it turns out.
See, so what do what are you going to do? So, like, here's the dilemma. You're now famous. You don't have a lot of money from this. Maybe you could go out and like Rob was saying, like Greg
No, I'm
Brady, or you were saying
Nothing's going to come of this.
nothing's going to come of it, right?
You don't think modeling is even
If I hear one
an
more
option
person say I'm
anymore?
going to be Superman, I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well,
I'm like, if I'm going to be Superman, the director would have come to me and said something by now.
yeah, right. Like he would have talked to you about this. So what do you do? Like, as soon as the show ends, at some point, are you like, who's paying your bills right now? Is Fox paying the bills?
That was one of the agreements that I had with him. I said I wouldn't do the show because I actually didn't want to do the show.
Really?
And I guess the thing is that the when they picked
Why
these
didn't you
people-
want to do it?
Well, I don't know.
Are you glad you did it?
I don't have any regrets.
Right.
I had a good time, and I got
How
to
did they
see-
find you in the first place?
I'd met a fella. I'd gone up to a Christmas party to meet a friend of mine and to see his little boy who had just been born. And at the Christmas party, it was just literally it was Evan, this is so and so. I was like, how you doing? The guy turned around. 10 months later, he calls me, says, hey, I remember meeting you at this Christmas party. Why don't you come do the show, or why don't you come talk to us about doing the show? And I was like, well, why me? And they're like, well, we've interviewed all these other guys, and they either have criminal records or babies, or they're married, or they've got STDs through the roof.
Or they got too much money?
Yeah.
And Evan said,
yeah.
Right.
Evan said, how much am I getting? And they said, what's 1,000 times 1,000? He said, $2,000? I'm
So
And then I went, oh, I thought you meant adding.
no, but I mean, so what do you? I mean, imagine you go back to your construction job.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did it the other day.
Did
Worked
you?
Construction the other day, yeah.
it's going to be weird though. It's almost like the movie Charlie, where the guy was a retard. He gets all this super incredible brilliance, and then he has to go back to being a retard.
Yeah.
I'm saying you were just a humble construction worker. Suddenly they make you famous. Now you got to go back to the construction site, and
And you're a
everyone's,
famous poor dude.
you know, and then all the guys will go, hey, this
Would you say poor or porn?
poor.
Poor dude.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a famous porn dude now.
Seriously, Evan, what's going to be? How do you live a peaceful life? You got to marry a rich chick.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
no
They
kidding.
got to score
Who
one
knows,
of
who
those.
knows her
babes.
math?
Who knows math? That's right. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, really, Howard, you're so right. They have really thrown him so far into the spotlight. When you watch TV at 7:30 at night, Evan is running across my television like you're on Channel 2 and it's
That's
at 10
true.
at
It's
night.
the worst in the
Channel
world.
4, he co-hosted Access Hollywood. Channel 5, they're promoting. I mean, he's
I saw you on
That's
three
kinda-
different.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
see-
me running across the bottom of the television set, like with being chased by that's just, you know.
That's crazy.
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
But
I'm saying
sitting
that
across from Nancy O'Dell all the time is pretty cool.
Wait, she's hot, huh?
Yeah, she is.
Can you get her?
I mean, she's single.
She is single. Let me answer me.
Do you like? Let me ask you. Am I crazy? Do you like Mary Lou Henner? Do you think she's hot?
No, Mary Lou
was.
Henner. She was
I mean,
10 years,
and
20
I
years
mean,
ago.
in like an older mom kind of way. You know, maybe.
She's got a good body,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
she's gotten older now.
I
She
met
hit
her
the
other
wall.
day. I thought she was smoking.
She's okay.
She was hot 13 times 12 years ago.
You would bang her, but you know.
Hey, who in the hell? What?
Yeah, go just clobber him.
Oh, this is my job, man. What do you want me to
know.
do? I'm not
Hey.
good looking.
Cabby, you're on the air.
I'm sticking by my original. I still say that Evan, either owns a huge construction conglomerate or he owns a hotel chain.
Yeah, not knowing what 12 times 13.
Cabby
that's
thinks
just-
the twist. Cabby he doesn't know 12 times
I need
13.
I need to get out a piece of paper and a pen to do that one. Yeah, you're telling me that I own a big corporation.
You're either a great actor or something. It's just too good to be true, Evan. I don't know what the twist is, but
You know, I think that's what bothers me more than anything else is that I've worked hard, you know, since I was growing up, and my dad worked 4 jobs when I was growing up to put me through school, my sister through school, and then people are like, oh,
Hey, man.
Don't say that to Cabby.
not you. I'm just saying the people that, you know,
That
are
say
saying,
that.
which was you, so I guess
They
fuck you.
understand that,
Don't
but
say
they've
that.
never
F
heard
you.
it.
Yeah.
But wait, F you.
No,
Evan,
that's not
construction-
that's not directed towards you.
Doesn't your dad own a bank or something? How
No,
do
he doesn't. He's don't take offense to that dude.
What do you say? Wait, you don't know what your dad
well, no,
does?
I know what he does, but I don't know exactly
Don't
what
say the
his
F word
title is.
anymore. I have to keep hitting the button.
Okay,
owns a
sorry.
hotel chain, doesn't
No,
he,
he
Evan?
doesn't.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
That's why you
He
keep
doesn't.
saying the F word, because I'm confusing you.
Oh no.
No, do you? Thanks, Cabby.
Yeah, see?
Okay, but when you say you don't know what your father does,
No, I know what he does. He's the vice president of this trust firm, but we're not talking about this major Fortune 500, you know, company here.
Right.
He started it himself. He left a bank. He took a lot of the clients over there with him, and he deals with them on a personal basis.
I think the
guy's
twist. I think the twist at the end of the show is going to be that you kill both women, like Phil Spector, and you know, like what kind of like they're just laying dead in the castle.
I think if he had sex with the women, a great twist would be that he's HIV positive.
Oh, that's horrible.
Joe, I don't have AIDS.
Oh, my
Jeez.
goodness. What
Gay
a
dudes come on to you a
nightmare.
lot. You probably get a lot of that.
Not really. no.
Really?
I mean, I think gay dudes are like hit on everybody.
Not me. I've never been hit on by a gay dude.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, you'd be surprised when you look like this. A lot of gay people are not interested. So, have you ever been offered money for sex?
No.
All
By a
right,
chick?
how much do I...
Robin, how much did you pay him? He's got no STDs. He's clean
He's
as a whistle.
clean?
Yeah.
No, but I got mad at
probably
it.
could put together a
I
few
got-
shekels.
I got mad at a girl during a date one time and made her pay for dinner.
He did. Yeah.
And then I got sex. So I guess that's, you know.
Yeah, I don't think any girl ever paid for my dinner. I can't remember that ever happening. All right, Marianne from Brooklyn, go ahead. Here you are on your Joe Millionaire. Evan.
Payphone. It's not Joe Millionaire. It's Josephine. It's going to be a woman. I just dropped out of my freaking car window. You are making me sick, Robin. Shame on you, Robin. You got the hottest man sitting there, Howard Stern. You're drooling over that stupid piece of brick, and he's cursing on the end. He doesn't even realize he's saying the F word. He doesn't have a goddamn clue. Holy, you know why, Robin? I'm ashamed
What?
Is this woman in the back room here?
F, M, or Mary, kill, or F? Is it Joe, Millionaire, or Josephine, Burgess, or Howard Stern? Come on, Robin, step up to the plate.
What is she?
know what you're
I don't even
saying.
know what
You're
you're
so
saying,
excited.
Marianne. Ralph, go ahead. You're on the air.
I think the twist is that he's actually a robot.
That he's not human.
Yeah,
I'm a
malfunctioning.
cyborg. I'm a cyborg.
You're-
And I also think people should boycott the show next week because that was a complete jip last week.
It was a
you know what?
rip-off, yeah.
Nothing happened.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That was
it
bad.
So,
no episode.
Your audience shouldn't watch it, and then Howard just, on whatever the next day is, you just tell everybody who the big dumb he chose.
Oh, stop,
Aw, you're
Ralph.
jealous,
so
Ralph.
jealous.
Scott DePace doesn't believe that Evan is a construction worker and has questions for him. Come on,
All right.
Scott, you can come
he
in.
also doesn't believe I'm very smart.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of that. The 13 times 12 didn't help.
I know why he works construction.
I don't really know anything construction either, but what's an I-beam?
It's an I-beam. They hang them for, they use them for, like, you can use them for anything just about. You use them in houses for support. And
Okay.
So he knows.
That's all I got.
I know that, Scott.
Well, and no one in the E-room knows
Thank
what it
you,
was.
Robin.
What's a header?
But you know what?
Yeah, go ahead,
but you know
Art.
what's funny is that I'm getting these people. Oh,
Artie
can you
did
come
construction.
over? Can you? Yeah. People are like, oh, can you come over and work on my house? And I was like an earth moving contractor.
Right, he
And
ran
did
that
demolition
machine,
stuff, heavy equipment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you.
You
I
could
do.
blow up things?
No. We didn't use any explosives or anything. I worked for a company out of Orange County. We did just house demolition and earth moving mountains and stuff.
I got a couple. What's a hammer?
So Evan, the move is
What's a cork?
Fox is paying all your bills now, and I guess they even put you up in a house or something.
Yeah, that didn't work. They tried to put me in a house, which I'm trying to figure out how intelligent. It wasn't Fox, it was the production company. But they put me in a house like right next door to where I moved from to do the show. They thought they were getting me away from everybody. I don't understand that. And people were like walking in my backyard. My truck was towed from this gated community.
Really?
Yeah. The woman that owned the house kept coming through and bringing designers in and stuff like that. I was like, look, this is supposed to be a private residence.
Right.
So they moved me out of there and put me into a hotel.
All right, so you're in a hotel,
Yeah.
and I guess as of the finale is Monday night at 8:00, and after the finale, do they just drop you and drop you back into the regular world?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. But
And where are you going to go? Back home?
Yeah, just get back to construction.
Wow.
What a
I mean,
run.
do you have
what a run, what a rush. We'll see.
Yeah, but
It's been
you have
fun.
a home.
Sayonara.
No money from all this.
You get like an endorsement.
And I'm sure these broads, judging by what I see, once you tell them you're not, that you don't have $50 million, they're out the door, and you could care less either way because the chicks aren't even that high. You don't want them.
Yeah. Well, I had a connection with the girl that I chose, but the question is, did she have a connection with me?
And the answer is no. She's not going to sit there because even a lot of the chicks I see, you guys didn't even hardly talk.
But don't you think you could get endorsement
Right?
deals, Howard?
The chicks hardly talk to you. The only reason they loved you is for the $50 million. Telling you.
Conversation wasn't real great on those days.
Ah.
I think everybody was in shock. I mean, it's funny. It's because it's easy for people in America to go, oh wow, what a great show and how lucky you'd be. But I mean, when you actually get there with cameras all in your face and it's like you're supposed to have a romantic dinner, you got one candle and
Dude.
8 floodlights to get lighting right. It's like how
How embarrassing.
how romantic is this? Yeah.
No. Do you got a big penis too? I mean, not only you're good looking and you're tall. Tell me there's something wrong with you that you got a small one.
I don't. No, actually, I can't tell you I have a small one.
Did you ever measure it?
I never. No.
Oh, dude,
Guys that
come on.
No.
No, you never took a ruler and
my
measured?
penis, No.
Well, that's
Don't-
math.
I never
But,
had
all
to.
right, tell us this. Are you in
Will
proportion?
you cut it with the math over there?
I'm sorry, man.
I'm not good at math. I'm admitting it. I'm not sitting here telling you I'm Einstein.
Trying to get an endorsement deal for a calculator.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be the first for it.
Do you
probably.
want
But are
Rob?
you in proportion?
Yeah, I think I am.
You want Robin to measure you?
Oh, here we go.
Robin is
I'm
drooling.
not measuring anything.
Go measure him.
Come on,
No.
Robin.
I would never do that, so you don't even have to worry.
And Robin,
why
do
are
me a
you
favor.
why are you in that booth?
They knew you'd be danger. You'd
Oh.
be in danger.
Are you
if I was
quarantined?
in there,
or-
Yes.
Right.
And if you measure him, don't measure from the back of his balls.
I'll just measure the good part.
You don't care if Robin measures you, do you?
Yes, he does.
Please, what do you do?
This is a family show.
And you're not a homo, right?
No.
Okay. Ralph, go ahead.
Seriously, I think the twist is that he actually is rich, but it's like a trust. Because he even said his father owns some sort of trust company or something.
No, that's not it.
So he's going to inherit. So he's
Do
going to
you
tell
know
these
what
girls.
the twist
He's
is?
going to tell the girls he's got no money. The one girl's going to flip out, and the one who doesn't, he'll take that one.
No, it's literally all.
Please, I just hope he chooses that blonde because she's going to flip out when she finds out he's got no money.
Yeah, the blonde. But
No.
he's choosing Zora.
You think?
Yeah, I'll
would
bet
you
the
say
farm
that?
on it.
I'll tell you why he's choosing Zora, because she's high maintenance, and he likes that.
No, he's choosing Zora because she's better looking of the two. The other one has like a weird eyebrow thing going on and a weird kind of busted face.
Yeah, but Zora's got like a dumpy ass. She walks weird. She's got like,
Yeah, she's like a duck.
bow legs. Yeah, she looks like a
She's
duck.
fat. Let's be honest. Like you're like when the chicks come down, you're like, you're a nice guy. At least you go, hey, wow, I can't believe how beautiful Zora looks. But I don't believe. I don't think you're that into her. Her body's not even that hot. And dude, you're in super shape.
I tell you,
And what is the point of the show at the end? What are you supposed to do? Choose a girl and do what with her?
Marry her. Yeah, you ain't marrying anybody. but
I don't know what we watched, and we don't even have a purpose for this show.
But Evan, do you think Zora was? Do you think she had a good body?
you know,
Tell us the truth. You can be honest.
that is putting me on the spot. No, she didn't. I thought it was. She was proportionate.
I'm going to tell you what else they did. That means she doesn't have a good body. When you're in the hot tub and those chicks get in the hot tub with you,
I left when Zor got out.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I can see that Fox uses body doubles. There's a couple of chicks in there. There's no way it's their bodies.
Really?
It is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is
you know the
fine.
chick with the curly hair? She's a little chubbo too.
No,
when
no,
she
no,
got
no,
into the hot
no,
tub in the
she's-
bathing suit, her body
No.
that was not her body.
I swear they were. They had. You'd be surprised.
Smoking
If you had-
bodies?
If you had those girls in here in bathing suits, I was pleasantly surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And that's not that coming from me. That's anything.
What is it, Cabby?
There's no way a construction worker makes 19 grand a year.
Oh, you know what? I work.
Not moving heavy equipment with those machines you're driving, brother.
Okay, well, you know
I
what?
heard the guys who drive those machines make a fortune.
Okay.
Like
He
80 grand a
obviously
year.
Okay, you know
Yeah.
what? Union operators make about. I was making $29.54 an hour,
Right.
almost $30 an hour when I was in the union. You have to remember, Virginia's a right to work state, and California is a unionized state. In Virginia, you make about $9 an hour if you're a heavy equipment operator. And I was just talking about this with somebody the other day, and I worked a half a year last year because of September 11th, because the construction business kind of went in the can, and so that's where the 19,000 came from. And I was only working part-time on top of that, so you didn't really get a full year's
You don't
salary
get like
out
a
of it.
second job when something like that happens, or
No, I had enough kind of saved up that I was living off of, and I didn't want to. I wanted to stay kind of faithful to the guy that I'd been employed with, thinking that it's like a crapshoot. You keep thinking it's going to break. It's going to break next week. I'm going to be working, and it never happens.
Evan Wallace Marriott. What a rich name that is.
I know, right?
all
Such
right.
money.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see Monday night. Well, hey, listen, Evan, good meeting you.
Hey, good meeting you.
And before you leave, take your shirt off for Robin so she can see your six pack. All right?
I don't have a six pack.
You don't have
You
it?
don't have a
No,
six
I haven't worked out in 7 months.
Is that right?
How long did you shoot the show over? How many weeks?
About a month.
About a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God you don't have a six pack.
See, there's a flaw.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've lost a lot of weight over this show
Yeah,
too.
all right, and you're not looking to get.
You've lost weight over the show.
Yeah,
You know
I've
what
lost-
was really funny?
in the last
You're
year, I've lost 40
agonizing.
pounds.
That was a riot. Well,
Oh,
why did
yeah.
you care?
What is it, Gary?
A lot of people are asking if you're going to do the
Superman, no.
No, the Joe Millionaire Casey Spelling Bee.
Oh, do me a
like that?
favor. Would you take Casey on in a spelling bee? I wonder who would win. How are you at spelling?
Our hunk against
Casey's an idiot.
the millionaire hunk.
If you do worse than Casey, that's bad.
Yeah, probably. Who knows?
All right,
Hunk
let's see. Get in
versus
here.
hunk here.
Hey,
Hunk
Casey,
versus
what's going
hunk. The battle of the hunks.
on? How you
That's
doing? What's up,
right.
man? How you doing?
These are all words that Casey has misspelled, by the way, that I've kept a list.
Do I get to
That
write
was
them down?
another- No.
No writing down. Evan doesn't have a piece of paper. All right, Evan, this is a chance to redeem yourself after the 13 times 12
yes. I'm not worried
debacle.
about it. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Who wants to go first?
I'll let Casey go first.
All right, let's Casey go first since Evan's a guest. Casey, spell scissor.
SCI
SSOR.
SSORS.
Don't spell
No,
it
don't
for
help him.
Evan.
I figured I'd help him out.
All right, you got that right.
I knew
Because
that
Casey sent me a memo with SIZZOR, scissor.
You know what? If that means spell check did that, not me.
Oh,
All right.
stop it.
All right.
Spell check everything.
What are you picking on Casey now? He works for you?
All right, Evan, spell Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Yeah.
AL.
Go ahead.
Al. Wait a minute. PACINO? No.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. It's 1-1.
There's no H in that?
H.
Yeah, Casey
No,
had
no,
a
no.
PACHINO.
No, it's PACINO.
Come on, that's the way guy spells his name. Where did I learn that?
Spell Gerard Depardieu.
All right, Casey, here's your word.
Hey,
Spell,
that's a hard name to spell. Good
Evan,
night.
don't help him.
All right.
Spell cereal.
Like what kind of cereal?
Breakfast cereal.
C.
CEAREL.
No, say it.
What?
Oh, Evan, this was your chance to steal.
It kills me that he's not saying it.
When I was getting there.
Yeah, but we were going to let you steal.
All right. I'm trying to get his points and my points. I'm trying to redeem myself from not knowing my multiplication, ass.
Why was that my fault? I didn't ask the question.
Ass clown. Just sit down, man. Before I come across there and slap your ass.
Not my fault, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Wow, we've got a real thing going on here.
Wow.
I'm just playing with you because everybody's like, oh, Joe Millionaire's such a nice guy.
Hey, I'll sue you and get that 19 grand a year.
All right, now don't give him the answer. All right, cereal was ruined when Evan gave it. You didn't know anything. This is how you spelled it in the memo. Cerial, cereal.
Oh, wow.
All right, I'm going to give Casey. Evan, be quiet during this.
Okay.
All right, you're blowing it. You would have already won.
Well, I already did win. I've got his and my points.
All right, here we go. Spell temperature.
That's you, Evan.
No.
Oh, it's
KC.
again?
Yeah, don't say anything, Evan.
TEM.
Go ahead.
ER. Temper. TEM. See, I gotta write it down.
Come on, just do it.
TEMER. Temper. Shit, I gotta.
Come on.
You could do it. Come on.
Yeah, TEM. See, I'm trying to picture it, but then I'm like,
Picture it.
Hey, you know what?
Take your
Howard, he's
time.
nervous. That's why I didn't
Evan.
understand you were saying multiple.
I know, Evan, of course.
He's here every day. What's he got to be?
Yeah, what is he
I
nervous
don't know.
about?
TEMEPERATE.
Very good. Very good.
No.
All right.
See, I can't. You know,
All right,
I gotta
okay.
write it down.
Let's go to Evan. Evan, this is your chance to steal. He got it wrong.
This is probably like,
He spelled temperature TEMEPTHXYLG. Temperature. Go ahead. Try temperature.
TEMPERATURE.
Evan's got it right. He's smarter than you.
Hey,
He is 10 times smarter than you.
I like it, man. He's lying to chicks. He's he's
I'm
telling
lying
he's
about
got
not
money.
knowing multiplication.
No,
yeah, all that stuff.
He's running off to the woods getting his knob slobbed. I love it.
Evan beat you, dude.
I mean, no, I didn't.
you gotta-
I
you
didn't
did.
because he's probably.
All right, one more then.
I'm admitting that I'm not good at math and I suck at math, so I would have never gotten any of that.
Well, math is a whole nother thing. I can give you guys all kinds of math questions.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
All right, we'll pass on that. All right, listen, Evan. I wish you luck. I don't know what's in the future for you. One thing I know is you're going to have no trouble getting women.
You know
And
what?
what's more important?
Nothing is more important than that.
Let me ask you a question before I leave.
Advice from Howard Stern?
No,
Ask
it's no
away.
advice. It's no advice. When I was a kid, I saw a show of yours, and I want to know if you remember this one.
Thank you.
When Richard Simmons came on, and you guys had chips, bags of chips. He had people and you were hanging them in front of their face.
That's right.
Yes.
I'll never get that picture out of my head.
That was my legendary Channel 9
I've been
show.
scarred for life.
2 years ago, 2 years I had that show on the air, and Richard Simmons came on with fat people, and from the ceiling I dropped turkeys and bags of chips to tempt them.
You had like Oreos and
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Fried chicken on a fishing
It
rod.
was
Yes,
wonderful.
that was my show. Go ahead.
Hey, can I ask Evan a question?
Yes.
Evan, you had all this time to think of lies and how you're gonna stick. They asked you your middle name,
Right.
and you didn't know even how to answer that.
No, because my middle name was my last name, and I hadn't thought of a middle name for my whole. I mean, what girl's gonna come up and ask? That's when I knew I was doomed with that girl.
All right, but then they also asked you where you lived in California, and you're like,
you got some phlegm in your throat or something?
no, and you were like, around. Don't you remember? Like, how could you not have a few lies mapped out?
For what? What was that? I didn't.
They asked you where you lived in California, and you're like, from around.
Well, you know what? Because I remember actually when they did that, and I looked at production. I said, "Do I tell them where I live? Because am I allowed to do that on TV, or do you want people to know exactly the area that I'm from?" There were certain things that I wasn't quite sure I was allowed to say, and they would come back later and say, you can't say this, you can't say that.
Do you have your name tattooed on your back? Is that
No, I don't have my name tattooed. Why you want to see?
No. I just want to know if you did that.
Well, I mean, it's like, what retard said I had my name tattooed on my back when I was on the show, and they showed my back when I was in the
I don't know. I heard that. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike wants the last word, and then we'll wrap this up. Mike, go ahead. Joe Millionaire, Monday night, 8 o'clock, 2-hour finale. Go ahead.
I mean, now he's all of a sudden, on the show, he's got the communication capability of Stephen Hawking. Now he's all of a sudden, he's the great communicator. What's up with that? How come you speak so much?
Well,
because there was no conversation with these girls. I had nothing in common with a lot of these girls. And
not only that, they weren't even hot.
When you have nothing in common with them, you sit there and stare at them for 4 hours, which we were timed. Our dates were
How
timed.
tough is it with most of these women? I mean, on the other shows, all those women were models, or you could tell they were well taken care of. A lot of these women were average. They were working women. They needed this money. How was that? Did you get rid of a lot of those right away?
But that was smart because those women are going
worked hard.
Those are going to be the ones who really work hard for a good-looking guy with 50 mil.
Yeah, but I think it was like, it's a little bit of a torture. I saw that like, when they put the show together. I mean, you're going to pick a lot of women who need the money.
Dude, I cannot wait to see the woman's reaction when you tell her to her face.
It's pretty cool.
It's going to be great, right?
Yeah, it is. And the twist is going to be even better.
Were you nervous telling her?
No, I wasn't. Where'd that come from?
But didn't you feel bad? Because you must have felt bad on some level. You lied to him.
Yeah, you kind of. I mean, they knew what they signed up for.
Right.
And you know what? The girls, I don't think they portrayed the girls quite the way the girls really acted. I mean, they were good girls. They were sweet girls.
All right, we'll see what happens. I can't wait for the ending.
Thanks for having me on.
They
I really
got
do.
us on the hook.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have you on in a year and hear how horrible things are.
Yeah, we'll do the recap.
Yeah, what is it?
I'll make sure I bone up on my math.
Evan, did you say the producers moved you next door to where you were already living?
Yeah,
But that was a gated community?
Yeah.
How
No.
can you afford to
No. Wait a minute. Hold on. There was a gated community in the area. I lived in Laguna Niguel, and when I said right next door, I didn't mean like adjacent to my house.
What kind of rent were you paying?
Like $400 a month. I was sleeping on a couch.
Okay.
All right, Benji. Everyone trying to catch him up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like,
All
you
right.
know.
Evan, listen, good luck to you. Joe Millionaire.
Tell Beth I said hey.
I will absolutely say that. Yeah, she was going to come in and look at you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I said it wasn't necessary.
And you'll go home and say what?
I don't need any side-by-side comparisons.
No, but you'll.
That's right. I'm going to say your wiener is small. I'm going to say all kinds of bad things about you. Why shouldn't I? Hey, I don't need to
Howard,
run off with you.
How
Yeah.
about this? An idea for Vegas.
I'm working on my hairdo like yours, Howard. So.
There you go. That's it. You don't need a hair. You could shave your head. You'll be fine. Yeah.
An idea for Vegas. Not really a celebrity boxing. Me and Evan.
Would you fight him? Would you fight him?
That's like, you know what? That's
you,
like the
Artie.
lowest. That's like when you've hit your lowest, and I can't get any lower. So
You were a professional wrestler, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That was my thing. Is I weighed about 240 pounds before I did the show, 230, and I'm like 205 now.
Yeah.
All right. Why'd you give up wrestling? Was it happening for you?
No, it's when Vince McMahon bought out Ted Turner and this other fellow with ECW, and I just didn't think I'd have a shot at it because there's so many guys waiting in line. But I got a lot of respect for those guys. They're
Pretty sure you
anybody
could.
that says they're not athletes, they've never been in the ring.
I'll bet you Vince will put you in WWF now.
I've actually talked to them a couple of times about doing things, and it's not the right thing to do right now.
All right. I don't know why not.
Well, they were going to have me go in there and wrestle a girl, and I didn't want to do that.
Why not? You'll win.
It's throwing a girl around a ring is not my bag.
Depends on the girl.
I wish I was strong enough to throw a girl around the ring. I would do it.
But, Vince is missing something here. What does he want him wrestling girls for?
Yeah, why don't you wrestle a dude?
You know what? I think it was this whole thing they were going off the Joe Millionaire kind of thing where I was going to come down. I was going to do. This is what they had told me. I was going to do something with Ric Flair, and it had to do with the girl Trish Stratus. This was the storyline that they were going to run, and I didn't agree with it. I had to wrestle her and slam her around the ring, and then all of a sudden I realized it's wrong, and I turned. It's the whole storyline thing.
It's the story of Millionaire. Joe Millionaire.
Joe Millionaire, the wife beater. The butler.
That's right.
I picked the butler. I
Butler's
turned
very annoying, by the way. All right.
Where are you?
You don't like that guy?
He's all right. Who cares about him? Yeah.
But did you
No, well,
not
he's a
like
cool
him? I
cat.
heard that they were fighting.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
I heard the twist is
He's a real great guy too.
that he's really the
Real great
millionaire.
guy.
He's worth $50 million, and he ends up banging one of these chicks. How come you couldn't remember the chick's name? What do you need the butler to call out each chick?
Oh, that was just a role that he had to play.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, anyway.
Make it a little different than The Bachelor or something.
Right. All right. Listen, Evan, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And the 2-hour finale of Joe Millionaire Monday night at 8 o'clock on Fox. We'll be back right after these words.
Super stutterer John Melendez and super bitch Sharon Stone.
Sharon, any new movies with crotch shots coming up?
Perhaps you should read a video.
Sharon, you showed your bush in Playboy. Why are you so uptight about showing your bush in Basic Instinct?
Why are you so
don't hit me.
insistent
Don't slap
on
me
being
in the
vulgar and
face.
inappropriate?
Slap me in the face. Slap me in the face.
That's it. Earn your money, John. You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
Attention, everyone.
This is
WCCC Hartford. We don't copy Howard Stern. We have Howard Stern.
WCCC. Don't we rock?